He's coming.
That's all right. No hurry. Everything else okay?
Yeah. No, it's been a rough day, rough week at work. Looking forward to Peanut. Looking forward to some D&D.
Getting you tapping to tell people to make more choppers? Is that what's going on?
No, we are incredibly short-staffed.
Ah, okay. Well, that's going around apparently, except for my store.
Yeah.
We're good. Uh-oh. Yeah. I hear a small person coming up the steps. What are you doing? Putting your pajamas on? Yeah. All right. Say I already fed him, and I already ate, so.
We had Subway. No, we are incredibly short-staffed, and we had a lot of people out today, so it's just been rough.
What's the starting pay there? Do you know?
It depends on the department. So I think in shipping, the starting pay right now is $14 an hour. Receiving is $14, but if you go out into like the production area, I know Amanda, she just started there, and she started at $16 an hour.
Nice.
So.
I'm all for people making more money.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me at all that if someone's new, they make above minimum wage. And I like the fact that there's a bunch of union organizing activity going on throughout the country too, so.
Yeah, it would be nice if we were part of a union, but we are not, unfortunately.
And if you'd like to hear some useless cob trivia, I ordered this stuff called, I think it's liquid heat. Let me see. Because I had a drain that was not working very well, and I poured regular stuff in there. And so this was supposed to be liquid fire, pardon me.
Oh, is it like the lye solution?
Well, I didn't read the ingredients. I know it says there's some kind of acid in there. And I just got around to using it in the sink, and it seems to have worked, so that's
good.
That's always amazing when you can have things actually work in your house that you take for granted that all of a sudden they don't work.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
And Tesla's getting ready to do a 20-for-1 stock split, and that's good for me because that's going to get me closer to retirement. Not that I don't like my job, I actually do like it, but if I don't have to work and I can actually go look at new things, go to every state I've never been to, then that's kind of what I want to do.
Yeah. I'm pretty much accepted the fact I'm going to work until I'm like 80, so.
That's a long time for you. You're youngin'.
I know. I still got like 50 years to go.
Yeah. Look at you. Well, let's hope over that time you manage to slowly accumulate a good retirement, and then when the time comes, you and your husband can ride off into the sunset.
Right?
That's the idea.
You're really quiet, Sky.
You're quiet.
It might be just me.
You're both quiet.
How dare you?
Roll for initiative. Oh, okay. All right. So, just a quick reminder tomorrow, if you
There's so much dog hair.
If you wanted to either grill or have me grill you up something tomorrow, I plan to have Daryl's coming up, and he was like, if I'm coming up there, you have to feed me. So theoretically, that means I'm going to provide some food. So if you guys like cheese dogs or turkey burgers, then you won't have to bring anything. But if you want something else, then obviously you can.
There's no better food than free food, my friend.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's the motto.
So,
it's the motto I live by.
Looks like I'm going. Looks like I'm going to the store in the morning then.
Yeah, I'm trying to think tomorrow. Olivia has a soccer game in the morning, and then we gotta go to Nana's. So you can fix her stuff.
Oh, yeah, the window. Yeah.
And the screen door.
And the screen. Oh, my. There's going to be 3 things.
And the lights.
But the official...
Here's the new lights.
Very good. The official starting time is 3, so hopefully that gives you plenty of time to accomplish your tasks in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And your daughter has a good time at the game. So.
Yeah, if it doesn't get rained out.
Did she actually take part? My son would not take part in any sporting events we signed him up for. He refused.
Let's see, last time she played goalie, she laid on the field when they weren't near her, so...
That might stop 1 or 2 shots, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She is into it.
Does she have any friends on the team?
No.
No, not really, no. It's just her talking to another little boy.
Well.
Yeah.
And your daughter's 5?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So, yeah, who knows what they're talking about.
I have no idea.
The soccer ball or their shin guards or whatever.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I was 5, but I remembered fondly because I remember the year before I had to go to kindergarten. I thought life is awesome because all I did was play all day and that was it. And then I went to kindergarten and I was like, this sucks. And I hated school from that point on. So once I got out, I was like, sorry, Dad, I'm going to disappoint you. I'm done.
She's 50-50 on it. She wants to go to hang out with her friends, but she doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she wants to be there to see her friends, but she doesn't want to go at all. She'd rather stay home. That's how.
That sounds like
Yep.
That sounds like everybody right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But that's where we are.
But she's doing good. So she's right on track where she should be for her reading and all that. So.
Nice. Yeah.
I can't say the same thing about that one.
That one looks like a future felon. Look at that. Get that tail.
That's her favorite. That's her favorite game. Try to eat her own tail.
Right on.
It's either eat or me. And, yeah. My hand's a delicacy around here.
Does she spend more time around Dad or Mom? Dad? She's Daddy's... So you got two girls that love you, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Look at you. I got a bitch over here, and she wants to lay on me, but then whenever I start petting her, she's like, I'm gonna get mad. I'm like, well, make up your mind, bitch.
I can't pet this one either. She wants to bite my hands. That's it.
No, I get the pets.
Yeah.
Look at that sweet dog licking Mom, and then when I saw it biting on Skylar when he
if she's tired, like super tired, I can get some pets in, no problem. But then if I'm too much, she bites me. Yeah. That's too much. So it's like just a little bit too much, and she's like, nope, you're done. And she's
still young, right? So
yeah, she's like 9 months.
Don't dogs start chilling out after like 2 years?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had a dog. I don't remember.
She's just a high energy breed because it's like a bunch of cattle dogs. And she just wants to chase and herd and...
Very good. Alrighty, well, unless you guys have any kind of things that you want to discuss before we start. It's been 2 weeks and I went back and kind of...
I kept on dying.
Yeah?
She was playing Spider-Man. She kept dying. So now she gave up.
Don't introduce her to Dark Souls then.
No.
That's my game. She watches me play that. Dark Souls, Elden Ring. Yeah.
I think I tried Dark Souls for like 10 minutes one time. Was like, all right, I'm done. And then my son he tried it when he was littler and it was too difficult, and then he came back to it a couple years later, and he just stuck with it and finally got all the way through. And I was watching him play, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. Go for it, man. So, and I think he said he finished Dark Souls 2, or was there a 3?
There's 3.
I think
and
the
they
third
just came out for the new one.
Yeah, I think the third one is the one he said he kind of was like, meh. And then Elden Ring is that that's Dark Souls kind of, isn't it?
That's the new one, yeah. I just got that one. I've been playing that for a little bit. It's a good time.
Well, he said he wants that for his birthday, so I'll go down there and visit him, and then I'm hoping he can do a digital download on his console, and I can just pay him that way. That's the plan.
Right.
With a little extra cash you throw in.
Right.
Okay. So you guys had traversed and finally made it to the cave with Tarnar's guiding you there, and you made a plan and then pretty much went with the plan, and then that got you past the guards there. You took them out, then you went in the cave, and you had to decide which way you wanted to go, and you picked the right way, apparently, because it took you right to... there was something in the cave that was before the boss fight that was kind of fun. I don't remember what it was. I zipped through the video real quick to just... for my, what do you call that, like record keeping or whatever, because it's hard to remember. But I remember you made it past that, and then there was apparently Baroof, haha, write it down, haha. And other gnolls were there, and somebody's favorite enemy, the dark-skinned
Dun, dun, dun.
dark elf, the race of the drow, the cursed cousins from the depths below in Skell's lower underdark. And Aluna and the drow had a knockdown drag out. But the drow has brains, and when he got really hurt, he decided to live and fight again another day. And so he ran off. You drove him away. The gnolls, however, were viciously, not only could they not hit for anything, including your friend Tarnar, but the other bad gnolls couldn't hit hardly worth the crap either. Baroof hit a couple of times, but he missed a lot too. Until finally he was laid low by the super chef, Bjorn. And there was much rejoicing. And then you guys got some treasure there too. You got some more gems and some golden coins, and then these odd looking coins that you were unfamiliar with. And there were 36 of those.
Is that the hard level?
And then that's where we stopped. So, does that sound okay to you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds good. We did it. We won.
That is correct.
Yep.
So, with that being said, let's find some background music. How about the Witcher soundtrack? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
None?
From the video game, not the show.
Right.
I played this video game.
Hopefully I can find it.
Uh-oh. Olivia broke the TV.
Uh-oh. Dad, you better go fix it.
He's out there. I just heard him talk. What'd you do to the TV?
Daddy, fix it. right on my desktop. How about if I check there? Well, there it is. Looky there. Somehow I downloaded a YouTube video and
Yeah?
got the sound. That way, because sometimes they'll upload things and then you come back and it's gone. Okay. Alright. If it's too loud, let me know, because I know sometimes it can interfere with it. Okay, so should we wait for Sky to come back? Unless there's something you want to do specifically.
I can hear you still.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, he has a pretty good range with that headset.
Yeah, whatever.
You pretty much almost make it to our backyard with it.
Whatever was monkeying around with it 2 weeks ago, it's certainly coming in loud and clear tonight. So. So really, you guys have, unless you want to explore other parts, the other part of this cave.
Yes.
Now you got to remember, you might be. I don't know what your states of health are right now, but that's on you to decide for yourself if you want to continue to explore, or if you think you should take the victory and head back to Notnath, or totally whatever you guys want to do. I'm just doing a gentle reminder of the fact that I think you guys might have been pretty beat up. At least, I don't know what your hit point totals are, but by your speech, Aluna, you sounded like you had taken some damage.
Well, you know, Aluna's definitely felt better than she does now, but she's also felt a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
I feel better than any character I've ever played still.
So, you know, as long as I don't take a whole bunch of fire damage or something, I think I should be okay if we want to...
What are you, a troll?
Yep. Yes, I am.
Troll. No fire damage allowed?
No fire damage. I'm okay with exploring the cave. There might be treasure. Cool.
Well, food doesn't pay for itself.
So I think we're gonna search the cave a little bit.
Okay, so in this area here, it extends further past the limits of your infravision. So as you walk, do you want to go like just do just a search of the remaining of the cave, or do you want to do some way specific of searching? We can do it quick, or we can do it with more detail. Totally up to you guys.
We can...
I'm good with either. How are we going to do it?
We can be more thorough, I guess.
Okay. All right.
I have the tools for the job. You know, this is my native land.
Well, then you want to take point?
I can.
This cave is pretty wide where you are right now, so you can hang more in the middle of the cave, or you can pick a side or what have you if it makes a difference. In other words, I don't want to say, well, as you walk down the middle of the cave, you're attacked by both sides.
Yeah.
Just in case there's somebody hiding up like by the, or what have you. So
I would follow. I would personally follow the walls and use my stone sense to kind of work my way through the cave, basically. Right.
So how about if both of you roll d6s, please.
D6.
And just tell me what you get.
I got a 2. Oh my goodness, Peanut.
I have this. Can I take it from you? Thank you. I got a 5.
Okay.
Can I have it?
Aluna, you at first, you don't find anything. You kind of go and you find the back of the cave, and then Bjorn stops and he thinks he sees something. He goes over to the wall and he's using his dwarven racial abilities, and it's like, no, I thought this might have been unnatural, but I can see now that there used to be water that had come, and as he looks, he sees what at one time was probably some stalagmites, but they had been busted off and made more even with the cave floor. Aluna, however, you walk past something, and a little, like the hair on your arm stands up, and you know that there's a very faint breeze coming from the wall where you do not see anything. So that would mean that your elven ability to just walk past something has been triggered.
Okay.
So you know there's something there, a seam, a door, something, but it's not readily apparent. And as you know, Bjorn, if he was to look at it, he probably wouldn't see it, just because it's not his forte. But what do you do with this information?
I wanted to stop and inspect the wall. Like, spend my time knocking on it and tapping on it.
Okay.
To try to find the seam and how to open it.
Roll me a... okay, so you spend the time. Roll a d10. No, don't even roll a d10. You find the seam.
Okay.
And... you think that there could be something here, or it might just be a crack that's letting in fresh air from whatever sort of formation is the cave is made out of. You know that it's kind of, you're in a swampy kind of area, and there could be like some kind of issue with the water, where the water line might be, or seepage, or some other thing. But this doesn't seem like, it seems like there's a space behind here. The question is, and it's not so much a door as it is, how do I say this? Roll me, let's see. Roll me a d6.
I got a 6.
Okay. So you're not sure how this would open. So this will be something for you guys to figure out how to do
Open
this.
the door.
Yeah.
Okay, well, at that point then I would call Bjorn over, because I'm sure he has more stuff with stone and whatnot.
Okay.
And I would point out where the seam is and tell him, hey, look, you can feel like the air coming through.
So Bjorn, roll me a d6, please.
Got a 1.
Looks like a 1. Okay, cool. Yeah, you with her help, you can now tell that this here is actually some type of stonework, and it looks like it's probably been here a long time. You notice that there's a worn edge where like stone kind of hits stone, as if a door hasn't been properly hung. Like, it's kind of like, I'm trying to, like have you ever had, it'd be like if you had two doors, or like in this house when I was a kid, the doors would all stick, but they would stick at the top of the door frame. Well, this is kind of like hitting at the edge on the vertical part of where the door would open, and it would, you could certainly try to force it open, or you could try some other manner depending on how you'd like to approach it.
Can I guess I'd try pushing on it if that's the case.
Okay.
If it's something that I overlooked, and I probably haven't seen it before, so I'm not quite sure what it is.
Okay.
So,
I would like you to roll percentile, please.
10.
10 out of 100?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, let me check this. That's
Nice.
gotta be a success. Let's see.
It's a good roll.
Because you're a strong monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Rock on. So,
The mightiest midget.
you, you just start to push, and at first it doesn't budge. And then you get settled, and you position your feet, and you just put as much power in your legs and the little dwarven stocking body. And he bites down on his beard, pushes, and then you hear this crack, and it echoes. That's how loud it is. It's like almost like a thunderclap. And then the door, you can tell it moved and it cracked open. And then you can leave it, or you can continue to push it.
I'd keep pushing.
All right.
I would push. She wants it open.
You
so
open
let's go.
You open it, and you can see how the hinges are worn. They're actually made out of stone, and you can tell that there's been a kind of lubricant that has been applied to these stone hinges, and they've held up and they work. The door was stuck. It probably hasn't been opened in a while. And in this room, from where you are without walking in yet, you can see a crude table, and these are all things that are furniture made of wood. A table, a chair, like a thick-looking book, like Aluna would recognize it. It's the kind of book that people who need to keep track of information would use.
Like a ledger?
Possibly. Like I said, you haven't gone in the room yet. But that would certainly be you've seen books like this in lawyers' offices, in possibly
in Tam's office,
guild meetings of various types.
What is she eating? A sticker? Oh, jeez. Sorry.
That's all right.
Fishing stickers out of the dog's mouth.
We have lots of time to take care of your domestic situation. I'm good. The dog looks unhappy.
He took away her stickers that she was eating.
There also appears to be a possibly, it looks like a vial of some kind, and a couple feathers next to the leather-bound book.
A sticker on your paw.
There's and then to see anything else that might be in the room, you would have to enter it to get a better description. And I'm listening. I'm just heating up my coffee. And the lid's on it this time. Not like last time when I...
Oh, you're going to dump it all over yourself?
Not this time.
You say that. I think we should go in the room.
Age before beauty, and I offer you the way.
Oh. Alright, I'll go in. You are a beautiful dwarf, I guess.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I'll walk on into the room.
Let's stroke my beard. Yes.
I want to go for that ledger.
Will you quit eating me, please? Stop. My forearm is not your chew toy. No.
Okay. So as you, Aluna, you're going first?
Yeah, I'm gonna go first.
Okay. Well, as you enter, I need you to make a saving throw.
Oh no.
For no reason, nothing happens.
Oh.
But you didn't check anything for traps, and then you're like, oh
Nope.
shit, I guess I should have done that. But
Yep.
as far as you know, there was no
As far
trap
as
there.
I know, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you go in the room, and when you get in the room now, you can see that there is like a you know how you see this in the old time movies where people get dressed behind like drapes that are hung up, like they make a curtain what they can dress behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something that looks like that. It's some kind of cloth, brown cloth that's behind the desk. Not like right up against it, but enough room where you could walk behind the desk without bumping into the cloth. But there's obviously room for something behind the cloth as well. So what would you like to do when you get in the room?
I want to see what's behind the cloth.
Okay. So you go behind the cloth. What is Bjorn doing at this point?
Watching.
Are you watching from the doorway, or have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
She walked in. I waited for her to do her thing.
Okay. So you peek behind the curtain, and I need to go downstairs and get my paper with my notes on it.
And I explode.
Oh no.
Aluna goes pop, and then she explodes. You messed up. Oh no. That was weird, yeah.
Okay. Behind the curtain, you see a painting, a life-size portrait. At least it looks. The person in the painting appears to be he is painted. The portrait is the same, could be described as the same size as a person. Okay, and then so there's a man there dressed in like if you were to take a bolt of cloth and you wrapped it over your shoulder and then tied it and then it kind of draped down across your chest, and then the other half went across the backside, and it has like a leather belt holding the thing together so it doesn't fall off or be exposed on the sides of what he's wearing. He's very handsome looking, appears to be a human, although the tousled brownish hair covers the ears. It's like a skater boy haircut, I guess, like where it kind of just comes down and looks a little shaggy.
Okay.
And very handsome, very regal looking. High cheekbones, a nice nose, not real big or not too small for his face. Eyes that look like they're of a wise man. This man appears to be a mature looking individual, clean shaven, not smiling but not frowning either, just kind of looking, and the eyes like move with you. It's that kind of painting. And in its hand, or should I say, it's like got one leg up on this what appears to be a rock or a small boulder, and so it's like its knee. Let me see what you guys see, and I'll be able to give you a better. Okay, let me back that out. Just because it's, if I was to draw it, it wouldn't look correct. It wouldn't look like I wanted to look. Okay, so let's back this out. Okay, so he's got his leg like up on the boulder, and he's like this, and he's looking like straight out, and unlike me, he's like super handsome, and the toga covers all the way down, so you don't really see anything. But on the front hand here, on his left hand, what you really notice is on this finger, the pointer finger of his left hand, there's this very ornate looking, it's a ring, but set in the ring is like a black stone with all these like points of light or facets, I think the term is. And I would like you to roll me a d20, please.
Okie dokie. I got an 11.
11, okay. It just appears to be many facets in this ring, and the ring's kind of oversized. So imagine like a Super Bowl ring. It's like that big. Not like a wedding band at all, but much more ornate. And he just kind of gives off this feeling of power, and you kind of get what I'm driving at?
Yeah.
Okay. And then on the floor behind there, you see rope, like a rope, but it's not coiled up. It's just kind of tossed there. And at first you look at it and it looks maybe like a soldier's helmet, but upon closer inspection, it looks like a bird cage. It's made out of metal, and you notice it's got a little, what you thought was like the visor part, it's actually the door for the bird cage. And it's about this tall. It's empty right now, the door is open. And then you see one other thing. You see sort of a big candle so it's like one of those big round ones, and it's sitting on a metallic candlestick holder that is made to be able to hold such a big candle, and it's just kind of sitting there. It looks like the candle has burned down. You're not exactly sure how tall it was at one point, but it's obvious because there's a little bit of wax that looks like it's collected on the base, and onto the candlestick holder, and a little bit looks like it's kind of flaked off on the floor, but you're not sure if, and it's obviously not, there's no heat coming from it. It's, who knows when's the last time it's been used. So that's what you find behind the curtain, and then you just take a quick look, and the frame of the curtain is just made out of wood, and it looks like they've draped something over the top of it. It's not like a magical portal or anything, at least it doesn't appear to be. So that's what you find when you go behind there. Meanwhile, Bjorn's just kind of hanging out there by the door, being patient. And obviously, if you want to do something, feel free to jump in and or raise your hand and get my attention. So, Aluna, what would you like to do now?
I want to. You said the ledger's on the desk, right?
I said there's some kind of leather-bound tome.
Yeah, I want that.
Okay.
I want to go look at it.
Okay. So you go over there. It looks like it's about. Where's my yard? There it is. So it looks like it's about a foot wide and probably 18 inches long and probably 5 inches deep. So it's a very large tome, not like unusually large, but large even by the standards of what you're used to seeing. You've seen a couple other ones bigger at certain people's offices.
Okay, is there anything like written on the front of it?
It looks like there are some like similar gems to what you have found being possessed by the gnolls each time that you looted them, and they're kind of set in to the leather, and they appear to be crafted into the leather, not just like glued or whatever. They've been leather worked to the point where they're in there, but it doesn't show how they remain in place. It's a well done, well crafted type of look, I guess.
Okay.
It is also now you notice that there's a flap and a lock that keeps it closed. And not like a click lock, but a lock that's set into it that has a little hole and a little push button where you know if someone had a key, they would turn the key and then it would pop open like a suitcase. At least the lock would open. The book probably wouldn't pop open. It's not a fucking pop up. Cling. At least you assume it's not. Hell, who knows what I got going on over here. So Bjorn, you're watching her being very meticulous. She seems to be very cautious and careful. Like she must know. She must have done this before.
I'm not a stranger to what she's doing. I just don't want to walk in there.
Hey Bjorn, don't make me roll Wandering Monsters to wake your ass up.
I'm gonna just put the ledger in my bag for right now.
Okay.
Pick it up.
Okay, you pick it up and
put it in my...
It seems a little dusty, but no big deal.
I'll put it in my backpack.
Okay.
I'm gonna deal with it when I'm not in a weird room.
Okay, and what about the other things on the desk? Do you leave them alone, or do you take them as well? Or do you get mad and turn over the desk and go, ah?
Is there any drawers on the desk, or is it just like a table?
There you look, and there does not appear to be any drawers. Oh, I did say it was a table, so I don't know why I would have said desk the second time, but that's
Sorry.
That's my bad.
No, I'll put the tome in my bag. I'll leave the rest of the stuff there. And then I'll come out from behind the table. And I'm just gonna look around the room and see if I notice anything else.
You see a set of manacles on the floor on the left wall. You know what manacles are?
Yes.
And now, hopefully I know what they are. I'm saying that manacles are huge handcuffs.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get that confused because I think they have different names for what goes on your feet compared to your hands.
Well, shackles and manacles, I believe, is what...
Oh, okay, covers both. A metal band, chain, or shackle for fastening someone's hands or ankles. Okay. So there you go. And these are like big ones that would go, and then they get, you don't notice any kind of lock, but they get screwed down when they're closed. So unless a person could like break their wrists or something, there's no way they could, or you assume they couldn't do that. Now if they were to kind of like close it and try to reach to get the other one, there must be some way that keeps them from doing that, but it's kind of a, you haven't really seen a lot of crowd control devices that seem like they gave access to the person a way of getting out of their own prison, but this is just the way these are. And they're that way for a reason, but I can't tell you yet until you figure it out. Oh.
Uh-oh.
And as you look to the right, you see a bunch of divots and scrapes on the floor and the wall.
Something's been moved?
No, well, possibly something's been moved, but it's like something was like hitting the wall and hitting the floor, causing distress.
Oh.
Okay. And then you kind of feel that air, and you look and you can see that there is a very small hole in the ceiling, and you realize that that's where the airflow is coming from.
Well, getting kind of a bad vibe from this room.
Okay.
I'm going to take the tome.
I would like Bjorn to roll a d12, please.
Oh no.
Come on. Let's have it.
I'm just looking.
I know, but this is one of those things where every so often you roll for a wandering monster. All right, nothing.
I'm too scary to sneak up on.
Go ahead. Continue on with the scene, if you would, please.
I think we should go. This place is giving me a weird vibe.
Weird, huh?
Yeah. I feel like some stuff's gone down here.
Yeah? Is that why you took the book?
Well, I'm gonna look at the book later.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? I mean, is there anything else you want to take? I did twist this door open for... I don't know. I don't see anything I want. I'm just making sure you got everything you need. I worked really hard to open that wall.
He did. There was a lot of grunting involved.
Yeah.
I mean... No, I think this is good. You know, I've learned from the past that sometimes you can be too greedy. And things get triggered when you are too greedy.
Triggered. Okay.
And there's like manacles over here, and there's some scrapes on the wall and the floor. And I just feel like some stuff's gone down.
Okay. No skeletons?
No.
Well, at least nobody died in there.
That we know of.
One way to find out.
Right.
Right?
No. No.
Alright. Well, if you're content, then I guess we can go. The job's been finished.
Yeah, I think we should head back to the one gnoll group. Just tell them we got rid of the bad guys, and then head back to Natna.
Not now?
Natna?
Mm-hmm.
The town we were in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh.
We can go.
Okay.
We can go. What about our gangly furry friend?
Well, that's why we gotta stop at the first gnoll camp first.
Well, he was
What's
here with us. Right. Where'd he run up to?
Yeah, no, he's behind you.
Behind me?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I motioned for him to walk into the room too.
As you look, he appears to be standing guard, while facing the other direction. So you motion.
I'm pointing the room for him to look at.
Okay, he'll walk in there and he'll sniff around. He looks, kind of walks a little bit over to the table, looks down, then walks behind the curtain, looks around. You think, and he comes back out and he says, "Yep." Then,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
That's that.
Okay. So you leave the cave of Baruf successful, having dispatched this large individual that couldn't hit worth a shit. And you travel back. So, unless you say different, the marching order will be kind of the same as it was before. Tarnar will take the lead and kind of scout, and then you know to keep back a certain distance, and if he sees something, he'll hold his hand up, which you still haven't quite got used to these guys having hands instead of paws, but that's kind of the way it is. Truly cursed species. So I need Aluna to roll me a d12. Let's see if anything happens on the way back on the first day.
I got a 6.
No, nothing. Okay. And then let's go for the second day. Bjorn, roll a d12.
That's a 9.
9. All right. And then at this stop, it's back at that ruin where you met Grump. And
Is he not there?
Okay.
I would like. Actually, I should roll that, shouldn't I? Okay, so. Okay, so Tarnar puts the sign, puts his hand up for you to stop, and then he motions for you to come up while he remains still. And then when you guys get up there, he points and you can see Grump walking around those ruins, apparently doing whatever it is Grump does, carrying water or looking for just things. Maybe he's rearranging the place.
Oh, we should tell him that we cleaned out his cave.
Yeah, I could go do that. That's fine.
Didn't he like you?
He didn't
Or was
like
it
you.
me? I'll go tell him we cleaned out his cave.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the ruins.
Okay.
Say hi to Grump.
Okay. So, you start to walk up and are you trying to be quiet, or are you trying to just approach normally, or are you trying to make a little more noise than usual?
No, I'm gonna approach him normally. We're friends now.
Okay. Do you remember the last time you saw Grump?
He was running away because I said fire.
Okay. So you approach and he turns around and he's like, "Ugh!" And he looks and he goes, "Oh, you!" And then I need you to roll a charisma check, please.
So that's a 20 plus my charisma,
right?
That's
a D20 plus your charisma, and give me a total.
14 plus 32.
Oh, well done. Okay. He's like, "I thought you were gone.
We went to the cave.
Did you use...
No.
Oh, good." And you can see his body kind of relax, and his big old club just kind of hits the ground, and he says,
Wait.
"Go ahead."
Oh, so we got rid of the thing in the cave. You can have your cave back.
You did?
Yeah, it's yours again.
He says, "Did you bring its head?"
I look back at Bjorn. Bjorn. Did we get its head?
I chopped it off.
Did you take it with you?
I don't remember, did I? I might have thrown it on the ground.
Well, you guys don't have his head, but that's okay. So
I'm pretty sure I didn't take it with me.
We forgot the head in the cave.
It's still there.
It's still in the cave. It's
Oh,
not attached
no.
to his body anymore.
I just wanted to know that you actually did that.
Oh, crap.
But that's
Go back to the
okay.
cave.
I believe you. You helped me fight before. Just don't talk about that thing that you talked about, and we'll be friends again.
I won't talk about it.
So,
But,
are you staying here?
No, we're actually going to head back to the village that we live in. Now that we got rid of the bad gnolls and the thing that was making them bad. But I just wanted to let you know. And you can go back to your cave.
How did you kill him?
Well, Bjorn killed him.
He looks at you. Tell me how you killed him. And he gets kind of this weird, it looks like he's trying to smile, but his mouth is kind of ganked up. So he's got all these fucked up teeth and, yeah.
I would reenact the whole thing.
You would?
It would.
Okay.
With a tuft of, I'd pick up a tuft of grass, right? Like a big old handful. Then I would act like it was his head, and I would show him what I did. with the cleaver, I pull out everything, the whole thing, and I chop off the grass, and it just falls to the ground. And then I walk away. Just like that.
I would like you to make a charisma check with advantage, please.
Okay. That's, funny. I got an 18.
Total?
Yeah.
And
18 total. And then the advantage was a 6. So I rolled a 9 and then I rolled a 6. Rolled twice, right?
So you got an 18. Oh, okay.
Right.
So
Only an 18.
Okay, so
plus 9?
He,
Was a D20, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he says, I could have done it. But I had no friends. And there were too many. How did you manage to kill all of them, just the 3 of you?
Because I'm really hard to hit, and I dance back and forth on my toes.
He says, I can see you would be hard to hit. And he kind of playfully swipes out, and it's not even anywhere near you. He just kind of goes like that. It's kind of like when the cat's kind of interested, but not really in the thing. It's just like, eh.
It's like, eh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, well, if you're not going to stay here for the night, then I'm not either. I'm going to go back and check out the cave. I don't understand why they wanted it so bad. It's not like there's anything there.
Well, there was a room.
What?
There was a room?
You mean the big room where I slept?
No, a smaller room where there was a table. And a portrait of a guy.
He gets a confused look on his face. What'd that even mean?
There was a smaller room. There was a doorway to a smaller room.
Where did it go?
It went into a room. Looked like an office.
A smaller room?
Yeah. So there was a doorway in the
What?
big room.
What's an office? Is that when something's on top of something else and you push it office?
No.
He said yes. I think Dancing Man B said, "Hey, you are teasing me. I couldn't. There's no small room in my cave."
You'll see it. It's still open. You'll see it when you go back. But it's something... I don't know. The room has a weird feeling to it. Be careful.
Can I fit in there?
No, sir.
No.
Maybe your pinky.
Then what good is it?
You can poop in there.
No, never poop in cave. You go outside your cave. Even I know that.
Right.
Tarnai's just kind of looking on with, if it could make a confused expression, it would, but it can't because it's a hyena face. And he just kind of...
Right. Heavy panting.
Well, I'm glad that you did that for me. You did that for me because you wanted to make up for saying the thing.
I did. I felt really bad about doing that.
Well, I hope we can be friends again.
We'll always be friends.
If you ever need me, you come find me, and I will help.
Well, thank you. If I ever need you, I'll come find you.
I forgot your names.
My name's Aluna.
Your
And
name?
that's Bjorn.
Your name is Aluna?
Yep.
Like,
Aluna.
your name is
Aluna.
Aluna.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you Aluna?
Yes.
I've never met Aluna before. You look sort of like an elf.
sort of like an elf.
But you're Aluna.
That's my name. Like, your name's Grump?
Yes, because I'm a grump.
Well, my parents named me Aluna. But you don't seem very grumpy to me.
Maybe
And he's a dwarf.
Maybe I need a different name. What's your name? And he points to Bjorn.
Bjorn. I was gonna just say I'm a dwarf, but I'm Bjorn.
Bjorn and Aluna.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you guys married?
Strong man.
No.
Why not?
We get a lot of funny looks.
Yep. And I've only known him for like a week.
Just don't mention that thing and I bet you guys could be married.
Well, I won't mention the thing.
Okay. Well, bye, and he reaches out to try to touch you, Aluna. He puts his big hand out.
I like try to shake his hand, I
Okay,
guess, or whatever.
you grab his finger and he's like, bye, Bjorn, and he points over to
High five his finger.
you. Oh.
Bye.
My friends, and he turns around and thumps away. Leaving you all alone there in the ruins in the swamp.
Well.
And it is, the sun is setting, so you could use this now to make a camp with some protection, or you could continue on. Theoretically, you could keep going through the darkness, but that's not necessarily the best idea, because, you know, nighttime stuff. So, but you guys can do whatever you want. What would you like to do?
I guess we'll... I guess we can stay here. I feel bad. I told them we weren't going to stay here. Now we're going to stay here. Alright, yeah, I guess we do need a place to stay. We'll go here and we can make a fire without him around. Bjorn. Hold on.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think she's on ABC Mouse.
Sometimes computers can be a little tricky for young folks. Especially if they're running Windows. Oh. Caden used to open up all the windows he could, and then he'd get mad that the computer would slow down.
Yeah.
You're familiar with that syndrome,
She would
huh?
open like 6 Netflix windows and
Yeah.
they wouldn't let her watch them all. And they would stop. And she's like, what happened?
Now my youngest one, he's done that before, and I'm like, no, you got too many things open, we gotta reboot it, and he'd get mad, but then the last time, he did it himself, and I'm like, alright.
He's learning.
Yeah, we can set up camp here, that's fine.
Alright,
Okay.
so as you guys are kind of looking around, Tarnar seems to pick up on the clues, so he immediately starts to like go off, and you can tell that he's looking for possible dangers. So meanwhile, unless you want to do anything specific, you set up camp, you gather whatever kind of firewood that you can find in the swamp. It's not necessarily the easiest thing to do. Do either of you have fire building? That is an actual proficiency. And this is the kind of terrain where that would come in handy because of the idea of all the moisture in the terrain causing the wood to be not the most, like it's definitely...
For someone who messes with fire as much as I do, I'm not proficient in fire building.
Really?
Well, that's because you know to just get the seasoned wood whenever you can, and so you have like a little cord of it with your. Oh, that dog got a 13 on you. Nice. Roll Dinkus, Pooch. Roll a D2. And that's slashing damage. Ooh, 2 points of slashing damage from the dog's bite.
It's because she wants him to. She wants to play tug of war.
No, it's the Duplo that got me.
It's because she wants you to play tug of war.
I have been playing. She just got me with her claw.
Tug of war. Yeah.
So, yeah, no fire building.
Okay. Well, you guys can still try if you want, but Bjorn, you know, even though you don't necessarily know all of the tricks to starting a fire in adverse conditions,
right.
You know that they are adverse conditions, and that doesn't mean you still can't try or anything.
Is that a 30?
So if you want to try and you're not proficient, roll a d20 and tell me. You basically need to roll a natural 20 for it to work. And that happens out. Last 2 games ago, Daryl was...
I rolled a 19.
Okay, so
so close.
Yeah.
Really close.
His character was swimming, and it was basically, okay, just for the heck of it, roll a D, was it a 30? I think it was a 20. And I said, roll anything but a 1. And motherfucker rolls a 1. So I had to come up with something for that. And it was kind of, it wasn't, at the time, it wasn't a big deal. It will be later on, but it just goes to show you, man, that 5% can stick you in the gullet when you don't want it. And Daryl's the worst dice roller ever in the history of my game. So,
not 1% or whatever. 320s.
Oh, that's 1 in 8,000.
1 in 8,000.
Yeah, I punched that into the Google machine and said, "What's 320s in a row?" So, I thought it would be much higher than that actually, but okay. So you try to start a fire. You do not have the proper tools. I was reading something how you do start a fire in terrible terrain and things, and it's kind of neat. So unless you wish to talk amongst yourselves or do something before you go to sleep, first of all, are you guys gonna have a watch? You gonna take one watch and then another, or is somebody gonna try to stay up all night, or something else? You guys tell me.
And do watches.
Yeah, I could take the first one.
Sure.
Okay. And does either of you do anything before you turn in, I guess, before the time of the sundown?
I would have looked for edible stuff on the ground while we were looking for firewood, and I would have ate that. And if I couldn't find enough, then I would eat whatever little rations I had with me. Just kind of chilling, it's a long day. I'm tired.
Okay. Roll me. Do you have survival by any chance?
No.
No. Okay. Roll me another d20.
It's an 18. I'm just going off of my chefly knowledge.
Sure.
I'm not going to eat anything that looks funny.
Okay.
I rolled an 18.
Do you have... Okay, no, that wouldn't be it, would it? Okay. I thought maybe herbalism would be a thing, but that's not quite what that's for.
Right. Nope, just cooking, brewing, blacksmithing.
Okay.
That seems... Rogues are the skill monkeys, right? They get a bunch of those. Is that right? They get a bunch of skill points?
Rogues? Not in second.
Okay. I don't remember how we got non-weapon proficiencies.
Every so many levels, you gain another slot. Basically, you start off.
Okay.
Rogues start off with I think 4, and whatever your intelligence, you can get more right off the bat based on if you have a high intelligence.
So not Aluna.
Well, she might have at one time, but her intelligence
Not
went, so
anymore.
she might have forgotten a couple things along the way.
Yep.
But that's why second edition is so harsh. It's like you actually lose things sometimes.
Right.
But so I need. Okay, so Aluna, do you do anything on your watch? I need to know.
No, I just kind of keep an eye out.
All right.
I'm not opening up the book.
I need you to roll me a perception check, please. That's a D30 plus your intelligence.
Where is my 30?
And if the dog ate your D30, you can roll a D6 and a D10.
I got it. So it's 23.
Okay.
Anything exciting happen?
No, everything's, as far as you know, all is quiet, just the sounds of the nighttime swamp. Occasionally,
All right.
the lack of a fire actually helps in not attracting bugs or the prying eyes of any creatures that they don't have a fire to home in on, and that's something that a lot of people make the mistake of doing, is having a fire at night. Just makes them an easy target. I would like Bjorn to roll me a D30 plus his intelligence and tell me what number he gets.
Roll the 30. 21. Got 30 total. Roll the 21.
Okay, all right. The night pretty much goes uneventfully for you as well. Just you get a unfortunate bug bite on your left ankle. That's it.
Aww.
Just kind of
So itchy.
just kind of itches. Yeah, no. But that's about it. And the morning comes, and the sound of a swamp awakening to the day, with the calls of birds and creatures going about trying to find food and not be eaten, and the nighttime predators that would attempt to get the creatures of the night. They get ready to bed down for the day. So the day is yours. Unless there is something you would like to do in the morning, you pack up and start going again.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
Wonderful.
Yeah, drop him off.
So the second day of travel, or no, that was the second day. So you you make it back to the gnoll kennel, and they appear to be happy to see you, I suppose. There's a lot of yips and a lot of hopping around and a lot of sniffing and a lot of like bumping into you weirdly from these gnolls. They don't smell very good, but for some reason they seem like they kind of bump into you, not in a violent manner, but just it's as if they crowd in a little bit. There must be something in their customs. And Tarnar basically leads you back to the Big Chief Gaboy. And
Oh my gosh, dog.
you see Shagrat, you see Big Chief Gaboy, and you see Unklug. And Tarnar talks to them. And then Unklug walks over with his little bone necklace and all the rock jewelry and little knickknacks in his hair and the cliche staff with the skull on the top of it. And he says, Big Chief Gaboy is very happy to see you. He has been told of your journey by Tarnar, and he is pleased. Unless there is something you wish to add to what Tarnar's retelling, in which case you would do that now and I would translate.
I don't think so. I don't... We killed the big bad.
And Unklug turns to Big Chief and... and he appears to be translating, and the chieftain kind of the eyebrows move and nods his head in the affirmative as if to be in agreement with what he's being told. And it certainly appears like Unklug is translating whatever you say.
I mean, I don't...
Unklug says, Big Chief has extended his graces to you for the next 3 days if you wish to remain and enjoy feasts in your honor. And also, there is information I would like to impart to you before you leave that I think you may find interesting.
Okay, then yeah, we'll stay.
He turns over to Tarnar and Tarnar turns and motions for you all to follow him, and basically he takes you back to the hut, if you will, that you were in before, and you guys are basically left there by yourself, and you can do whatever you'd like to do. The rest of the day, which
this weird pseudo prison,
is the rest of the day is there seems to be some kind of activity in the kennel, like there's people, there's gnolls that are carrying baskets and jugs, and you notice that there are some gnolls that are wearing different attire, as if they are from a different kennel that are here.
Okay. You don't think they're going to eat us, do you, Bjorn?
They can try. I don't think they'd get very far. They're no tougher looking than the other batch we just dealt with.
And there's a lot more of them.
Yeah. This means more work.
No, I've just kind of watched them and, I don't know, kind of suspicious since I don't exactly know what's going on, since I don't speak their language.
You're such a strong little dog.
What you notice by just observing them is there appears to be definite relationships between different individuals of the gnoll kennel, and you start to notice that there appears to be like family units, male and female, and pups. And I'm getting an Amazon delivery.
Ooh.
So, it's either me or Eddie's. So I will be right back.
Okay. Sky, I'm shooting a bet they try to eat us.
Huh?
I'm shooting a bet they try to eat us.
Cussing at somebody?
We'll eat them instead.
Sound like you
Okay.
Yeah. That's what'll happen. You don't mess with Master Chef Bjorn. She's a strong little dog.
Yeah, she is.
Just a strong little dog.
She's gonna fuck you up. Right? I'm ready for a nap. It's a long day at work. Yeah?
Oh, I didn't go to bed until like 9 though.
Jeez.
I was up playing with Moji. We were playing World of Warcraft.
Ah. World of Warcraft?
I am going to make a pizza because I'm hungry. And I'm fat and I like to eat. Oh. Back from a very successful tour of the dark northlands of Chicago. Woo! What are we having tonight? Bacon. Bazinga.
Okay.
Dude, it sucks that they gave me an antibiotic I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like 80 years of rotten clay.
That's great.
I hope it works. I'm swallowing my poop.
Alright.
Let's do this.
Sulfa?
Yeah, sulfa, that's what almost killed me.
Alrighty.
It almost got me.
Yeah. He found out he's allergic to an antibiotic.
Is that the first time?
That's the first time I've ever had sulfa, yeah.
What is it?
My mom's really allergic to it. So my doctor, when I was little, never gave it to me. And then I was on penicillin for a while, and then I developed an allergy to that one.
Sulfa?
So when I went in for the toe, they told me they're gonna give me this hybrid thing. I said, okay, sure, this is what I'm allergic to. And then on the last day, the buildup hit me, and then I had the allergic breakout. And I was all red.
He's covered in hives, head to toe. Had to be on steroids.
Shit.
Bummer.
Yeah, because they gave me Cephalexin. Cephalexin. That's it.
Cephalexin? What was the antibiotic you were on? He doesn't remember. You know it's the sulfa base?
I've never heard that. Have you, Gabby?
Yeah.
No.
I had it I got a second-degree burn on my calf, so.
Ooh.
Yeah, my leaf blower attacked me.
I committed home surgery on an ingrown toenail.
Oh, sounds like my mom.
It's sulfonamide?
That might be it.
Sulfonamide?
I've
I
never
looked
heard
it
of
up.
that.
Something like that.
No, never heard of it. Cephalexin, that's what they gave me.
It's good stuff.
That ain't the worst part of it. They had to dig my melted pants out of the womb.
Ooh.
Yeah, that wasn't
Doesn't sound fun at all.
No, sir. No, ma'am.
No, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it is. I've been through worse.
I had a molten Rubbermaid tub on my arm before.
What is that? A what?
A molten Rubbermaid tub. Like it melted, and then it dripped on me.
Ah!
Yeah, that was something else.
Well, I wasn't paying attention when I turned my leaf blower on. It was on full throttle. And when I started it back up, the thing just vibrated around and sizzled right in my calf. Yeah.
It sounds like a fun day.
Yeah, I finally
Real exciting.
Okay.
Peanut, do you like exciting? I don't like exciting.
You also notice, for the first time, Aluna, that
Where's my best friend Isaiah?
the females tend to be larger than the males.
Huh.
And that they tend to be the more aggressive and dominant of the sexes in the kennel.
But there's a chief?
Correct.
Even though the women are...
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like lions, I guess?
I don't
I don't
know.
know. Yeah.
I didn't just do Wikipedia on lions. That's I'm going off of that.
I can tell you, but it's okay.
Yeah. So that might be something else to explore if and when the feeling would hit you. Would be, why is there a male chief versus a female? But that's totally up for you guys to delve into or not. And you also see for the first time a group of hunters returning with 2 large deer in tow, and they take them off to do something with them, probably prepare them for a meal or something. So unless you do anything else on your own, the sun sets and the day comes to a close.
Yeah. It's been a rough couple days. Luna will take the quiet.
Okay. Aluna, I need you to make me a saving throw versus spells.
No. Okay. So I want low, right?
No, you want to meet it or beat it.
Meet it or beat it. Alright. Good spells. Oh. Oh. I failed.
I'm
I got a
sorry.
6.
What did you need?
An 11.
Nice.
I'm gonna get possessed.
No, nothing that terrible.
Not yet, at least.
Okay, so as you're getting ready for the evening and to go to sleep, you go to put your things, get everything situated. You don't have a lot of things. You have your backpack and your weapons and your armor on, and you do the thing where either you ask Bjorn to step outside or turn his back or whatever while you get out of your armor and into your regular clothes. And you swear that you see movement in your backpack.
I should have left the book. I regret my choices. I'll look in my bag then, if I think something's moving in there.
You go over and open up your backpack and you look and everything seems fine. The book is there along with your other possessions. But there's something about the book that's tugging at that part of you that you tried to tamp down. That
I want to open
that
it.
part of you that's curious and really, really likes mysteries and.
I want to open the book.
And so you're thinking to yourself, no, I don't want to look at the book. And then you feel yourself reaching out for it. And you say, nope, I am not going to get this book out of my backpack. And then you grab the book. And then you say, nope, I'm not going to attempt to pick the lock. And you set the book down on the floor and you reach in and into your belt pouch and you start grabbing tools, and then you think, no, I am definitely not going to pick this lock. And
I try to pick the lock.
I would like Bjorn to make a perception check, please.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 4. Okay. So we'll say for the purposes of this that Bjorn is outside the tent and he's relieving himself after a nice long jaunt and
Thunderbrew.
Drinking whatever liquids he might have still left in his skins or whatever canteen, whatever he chooses to use to transport liquids. And you think to yourself, why am I not stopping? Why am I not stopping? And you start to pick the lock. And I need you to roll your open locks. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Open locks. There it is. And you have a that % chance.
Let's see. Pick locks, 70. Ha! I got an 86.
And you try to pick this lock and you're like thinking, oh good. I can't do this. I told myself I couldn't do this, and you're very frustrated. And in your mind,
Open up a stupid book. Stupid book.
You notice on the book cover those gems that I told you about. And it's like you get so frustrated you want to, you don't know what to do, and you go to put the book away. But as you go to put the book away, you think, how do I open this if I can't pick the lock?
I throw it on the ground really hard. Maybe the lock will shatter.
Roll a d20.
I got a 10.
All right, the book just kind of goes doo-doo, and hits the floor and falls over.
Can I stomp
Nothing
on
happened.
it? Like on the lock part, like with my foot, with my heel and my foot.
Bjorn, you walk back into the hut and you see Aluna stomping on that book that she took from the cave.
Does it owe you money?
No, it won't open.
Well, I don't know exactly what was in that room, but it's a weird room to find in a cave full of dog people. I wouldn't open that book. I don't want anything to do with what's in that room, to be quite frank with you. It's just kind of weird.
Aluna, you think, oh good, he's not interested because there's that part of you that, but then you also find yourself saying out loud, cut the straps on this. That'll open it. Fuck that lock.
Yeah. You got sharp tools. I have sharp tools. I dig out my dagger.
Okay. And you think, I don't want to cut this. I don't. And you start to try to cut it with your dagger.
Cutting it.
And you're cutting it, and your dagger, it cuts. And as you start to cut, and you're starting to slice, and it's taking you a while, and you're thinking, no, don't do this. And then you finally cut through the strap. Clunk! And now the book is apparently available to be opened. And you,
I'm opening that book now.
You take the book and you go over to where you've set your things, and you sit down and you open the book. And the first thing your eyes are drawn to is, it says, the lost part of Caesar is somewhere on this continent. I have searched.
What?
I have searched. I'll say it, and then I have searched long and hard to find that which was missed, or that which went missing all those years ago. It has led me to this very strange land. And I think I have several leads as to his whereabouts. I do not know what this man calls himself. I only know that Caesar cannot be whole until he is returned. And he cannot be returned with Caesar until the constellations align and allow him to use the egg and will it to be. Here is the list of names so far who I think can lead me to the correct ending. And it lists several names. Evander of Kennel. Master Ratko. I'm sorry, Rakto. Rakto. Harbor Master. Sir Don Quixote. Pie Shell Doc. I'm looking for a specific name here. Hold on. That's not what I want. Okay. Phi Mez of the Ah clan. Okay. As soon as I find, I got two more names on there. And I know I wrote it down. Colam. And then last but not least, the Maestro.
Do I know the Maestro?
I don't know, do you?
I feel like I've ran into him. I feel like in Aluna's past life she ran into him.
Make me an intelligence check.
Oh, well, we're gonna fail at that. I got an 8.
But I need you to make this with advantage.
So it's a 20 plus my intelligence, right?
Correct.
Okay, so hold on, I didn't get an 8, I got a 14. So then, let's try again. Ooh! 19?
Okay.
Sounds like
The name Maestro definitely rings a bell with you.
Isn't he... Oh, I know I have this note somewhere. I'm gonna find it.
So Bjorn, you see Aluna, she seems to be really, really into this. I mean,
Right.
something in the book made her audibly gasp.
They gasped. Yes. She must know a lot of chefs. Just talking about a maestro. I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at her. I'm just gonna watch. I don't know what she's mad about, what she's upset about, but it's interesting. It's kind of funny watching her just flip through the
Is
book.
Maestro related to Durant in some way?
Maestro is the name given to someone who was very successful at your former line of work, and is the nickname of someone that you've never met.
But I've heard of
But you've had memories of someone being called the Maestro in your presence, but the memories are like there, but with your recent, not so much recent, it's been like almost 2 years, that's a part of your memories that are foggy. And
well, that just means I have to go back to town and ask certain people about it.
I will give you a hint, though.
Apparently Durant had a cult.
If you,
where that came from.
If you had took any notes, if you took any notes about your time dealing with the numbers man and some of the memories that were unlocked, that would have been the time that was mentioned. So that's about all the help I can give you.
Okay, I'm gonna find it. Because I know I did. Okay, it was after this.
I was but a twinkle in me creator's eye at the time.
No, you were. Well, I don't know. Let me see how old Bjorn is. Aluna is 25 now.
25? You're just a little elf.
And Bjorn,
I'm like 80 years old.
Is, according to what I have here, 65. So we should bump that
65?
up to. We should bump that up to 66.
66? All right. He's a middle-aged man. Younger, middle-aged, I don't know. He's up there.
Well, let's see. According to not this book, this book. I don't even need to look on that book.
It's my dad.
Ding, 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 ding. Look at you. You found it.
Oh. I knew I had a note about it. And I have it highlighted too. It's my flippin' dad. I gotta find my dad.
Oh, no way.
Is that what Bjorn says? Just like that?
Way.
No way. You have a dad? I'm so poor I didn't have a dad.
I didn't even know you had one of those.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I have to open the box.
I was just being blown away with her. Like, no way. You must have a really cool dad. He's in a book in some weird room in the middle of a cave. That nobody should be in a book in a
Never
cave.
actually met. I would stop after exclaiming very loudly, "The Maestro is my dad." I've actually never met him.
Oh.
Well, no, I have. In like a weird way. He like phased in and helped me with something once.
No, that's weird. Ow. Stop hitting me. Alright. I need other armor for this dog. She's too much for me.
So I have to find my dad. Now I have to make that note. Yeah, because I have a note about Durango, saying he's not allowed to leave, and Artie can't interfere. And something about old gods and new gods are going to fight among this plane. There's a conversation with a dragon, apparently, that I had.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over by her and I'm gonna smell.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna sniff. I'm like, I don't know what you're on, but you should share. That's a grand story you're telling.
Oh no, it's not a story. And now she's like really into it. She's gonna go rummage around in her backpack, and I'm gonna pull out my box, my puzzle box.
Oh my.
He gave me this, and I showed him my box.
A box. The dragon gave you this?
No.
Oh.
No.
I've heard they're not one for giving stuff up. Pretty ornery with their stuff.
No. I forgot how I met the dragon now. On an adventure with some people that I don't really talk to anymore.
Oh.
There was a guy, he was kind of a jerk.
Yeah?
Yeah, he made me get a body and then he didn't need it. You know how hard it is to get a body?
And then eat it?
No, he didn't need it. He needed a body. I got him a body and then he didn't need it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
His name was Artie.
I can't say I've ever been in that predicament myself. I can imagine it would be quite pickle to just procure a body.
This is the kind of shit that you end up playing when you've been playing for so long. It's like, okay, let's see.
Aluna like looks at you like she said too much.
This one procure a body.
TMI.
Don't worry about it.
Like I procure bodies all the time, but they're not people.
It was like a lifetime ago. Different
it's
person.
a little click and a wink. Got it. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm under attack. I apologize. I don't even have what you want. Okay. So, I'm on the road with the psychopath.
No. I just have the ability to acquire things in a certain city.
You're like the half-health equivalent to the movie Psycho.
No. No. Look, like, you're young, you fall in with the wrong crowd, you do some stuff you're not proud of, a bunch of your friends die, you know.
No. No, I don't know.
You make enemies.
Let's be fair. Your story is no more wild than my story.
Well, what's your story? The only story I've heard is that you were traveling.
There was
Cook.
Right. But no, I told you a little bit about the giant hippo man. And,
oh yeah.
And the gorilla guy. He was weird. I didn't even know what a gorilla was. Technically, that was the first time I've ever met a hippo, let alone a hippo man. So that was pretty wild.
Was he nice?
That's about perspective.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I didn't stick around. I wasn't too happy with that situation. So I can't judge you too harshly for you procuring bodies and making dealings with them.
There was there was no dealings. We just had a nice, pleasant conversation.
As one does with a dragon, yes.
He was nice. He was blue, I think. I think he was blue.
Oh, the most evil of dragons.
I've only had to get a body once, and that was one time for one person, and I don't talk to that person anymore. It's fine. It's fine.
Bjorn, in his quiet contemplation, wonders what he's doing with his life right at this moment.
It's fine.
What has he gotten
Who do
himself
they have
into?
to pull?
Who is he traveling with?
Is it Durant they're trying to pull back?
That. Oh.
Would I recognize any of
No,
the
wait, no.
people
Durant is together. Oh, what's that other guy's name?
she's talking about? Because I was hanging out with one iteration of Artie, I believe.
Durango.
This is me to you, Cobb.
I admit I don't remember, but if you remember something,
It was Sean's character,
right?
but it wasn't the. I don't think it was the Sionis guy. It was the other guy.
Do you remember where you were by any chance?
We
Were you
were
by
in
the
the
sea?
town. We were in the town with all the portals.
Okay, that was if I remember correctly.
That's where my brewery is. It's where I started like a bunch of that stuff there, and he was there. And I believe it was
I think that might have been Gomenis.
yes, go minute.
And
Go minute.
and that his character that was there was like the law.
Yeah, he became like the.
That was he went. I think he went by Sylvan, or was it? No, it was probably Kelvash.
That one.
Okay.
Yeah, Kabash.
And I already forgot. Did you have a question about that, or was it just ringing a bell?
Was he? So I know Durant somehow, but I don't remember the connection because
Durant's just the person.
I don't know.
I know Artie was down there because I had Kelvash and Artie roll their charisma against each other to see how they liked each other, and Artie rolled a natural 1, so Kelvash was supposed to hate him, and Sean, whenever it was like, hey, this guy was fucking around with these portals and he wasn't supposed to do that, Sean had Kelvash go, well, just don't do it again. And I was like, that's fucking terrible role playing. He fucking rolled a critical failure. I mean, I can see anyone wanting to try to, fudge something, but when you critical fail, then you just, what I should have done is said, well, you rolled a 1, so no matter what your character wants to do, it's like failing a saving throw. This is what you do. So anyway, so I remember that, yeah.
Outside of like that, he mentioned something because it was about my hand at the time before it fixed itself on how I could expedite the process, and it was through that guy. I just was never introduced. I was never introduced like face to face. I just heard the name.
Okay.
So.
Because I think down in Gomenis, you were playing the guy that walked into the portal and burned up.
That was Magnus, the one that became a sword.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I walked in and just because, this was what felt like the right thing to do. It was not. But yeah, he walked in and then Bjorn came in, and then Bjorn was talking to those guys. Yeah. The name sound familiar. So if she's talking about all these people,
it's kind of like how you have friends, and then you have a friend that knows this other group. So you've heard
Right.
about the other group, but you never met them. That's
Right.
That's
But
kind of the way.
There's a relation. Like, because she's naming off all these people in this book, and I'd be like, well, if she mentioned Artie, I would say I know Art. I've heard that name.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
fine. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead. If you know it, you know it.
And then I heard it from this man, Kalvash, and I don't think there was anybody else related in that conversation besides my brother Hordak, which I wouldn't expect her to know because I never met her with him.
So just Aluna, just to go back over what the names that I gave. There was Master Rakto, Rakto.
And this is
Okay.
only if she's like blurting out names as she's reading the book. Like otherwise, I wouldn't know.
Well, that's up to her, whatever she wants to do.
Right.
Oh no, I'd be blurting it out. Like what I just
Um,
did as me is what Aluna was doing,
Okay.
like out loud, piecing it all together.
The Harbor Master,
Harbor Master, okay.
Fimez of Ah, and that's written Fimez, and then the word of, and then the letter A.
Okay.
Pichel Deitch, which is Pichel, and then the last name is Diech.
Okay.
And then Kolam, Kolam, and then last but not least, the Maestro, which you correctly either remembered or you had written it down that the Maestro is the name also known as Prince Bartholanthus Amalareth of the second house of the Emerald Kingdom, also known
Yes.
as Daddy.
Daddy! No, yeah. I have a lot of notes about Bart in here. Holy
You're
crap.
not my dad.
I learned it by watching you. It's like he's sitting in jail after stealing, and he's like, what did you do? I learned it by not being around you. Oh.
You were never there.
You're never there.
And I think that was all of the names that I said. I'll go back and just watch that real quick sometime later, just so I can make sure I have it all straight. And after tomorrow's game, I'm gonna release the last 2 game sessions up to YouTube, and therefore you would also be able to review the sessions if you wanted. Because I've noticed it helps me to review things that I can't quite remember. I played too long, it's hard to remember everything.
That's what me and Lil Dave say all the time. It all just blurs together. It's all the same now.
But it does make for excellent moments like this one, whenever I can have the threads come together in this fashion.
Right. Oh, the magnum opus, right?
Well, you try to as I've gotten older, I've learned that whenever Gary Gygax all those years ago said that the Dungeon Master was supposed to be a referee, I realize how true that is now. So instead of like trying to write a cool story and be a storyteller, you just throw the shit out there and let the kids play in the sandbox, and then you just referee what they do. And then if something cool comes out of that, that's great, but you certainly can influence things to give them the choice if they want to take part in something like that. And that's kind of what this is. It's like,
Right.
nobody knew who was whose dad 10 years ago, so.
Right.
Just try to be cool and have fun.
He wasn't even a dad yet. Yeah, he wasn't a dad. Now he's a dad. He might have like 4 kids. You don't know. She didn't like that I touched her nose.
No, she didn't.
So, you just reading notes now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go back and read all my notes.
It's coming back together. A lot of my notes were saying Bart was in trouble or that he was up to something.
Yeah.
And a lot of my notes are saying that Durant is a butthead.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So I have to find my dad. Cool. Wait, what's gonna be whole?
I remember Don Blast Keep. We never made it to that destination.
No, we didn't.
It's kind of like I've never made it to Hawaii, but maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
I think
I don't know if you want to go to Hawaii.
I think, well, just to visit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have flying cockroaches there.
I want to visit every state. I mean, why not?
I've been to half.
Something. I don't even think I've been to half.
I lived in Vegas in May. I've been to Florida. I traveled there by train or car. I never flew. So I've passed through at least every state, at least once. Except for like the extreme West Coast. California was the only place I've been over there. And then I haven't been to the central East Coast either. Yeah.
Okay. Now that I was compelled to open up that book.
The most extreme
and then,
forms of couch surfing.
You feel like the next, you feel like you have to turn one more page, and you do, and it says last known whereabouts of the unknown man was on the sailing vessel the Myriad after it it made its voyage from, and I'm going to spell this, capital A-K-I-R-E-M-A, from Acarima to Saskrophonia.
And I know where none of that is.
Actually, you know that right now you're in the Republic of Saskrophonia.
He's here.
Your Greyhawk was in the south central part of the continent. Republic of Saskrophonia is all the way to the southwest of the continent. And that's where Notnef is. You went a long way away. Like, you went through a whole nother kingdom in between, and that was like a lot of woods and just open territory, and occasionally you saw like lights in the distance, but they never came any closer. And when I say lights, I mean like torchlight, or that a bunch of people were carrying, and you just laid low. You're like, fuck that, I'm just wanting to get the fuck out of here. So you had one of those real, I need to get away and go far away and clear my head, and that's what you did.
And I'm getting dragged right back into it.
That's up to you. You can always say fuck that book, because now the you feel the effects of this, whatever it is, go away, and you the page shows a heraldic symbol, like a, and if I remember correctly, you can write this down, but I gotta go over, but I think it was like a purple field with like yellow flowers on it, but I'll text you once I remember the original description of it. And you, yeah. Yep.
Well, I would shut the journal thing like nothing happened, and casually, unlike the franticness that just happened, just like casually slip it back in my backpack. And be like, well, that was weird.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I would say.
I was like compelled to open that book. I mean, I'm glad that I did now.
One might say you looked possessed. You were throwing it around the room and stomping on it. And...
Yeah, it was weird. In my mind, I didn't want to open it, but my body said otherwise. And then once I started reading it, it's not like I couldn't stop reading it. I had to know. So.
That's pretty poetic.
Found out my dad's involved, which doesn't really surprise me.
Oh, it surprised me. My dad never left the hill.
Oh yeah, is he still where you're from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. At least last I checked. I haven't been there in a while.
How long's a while?
Year and a half, 2 years, maybe longer. I kind of lose track of all the days just kind of blur together sometimes. You know, when you do the same thing every day for days and days and days, it just becomes one big day.
I think my time at the village where we met was like that. Before that, it was not like that at all. Every day was very different.
Well, it's better off that way. Less excitement means a happier, healthier life.
I mean, does it?
Bjorn's a total fucking hypocrite, don't you realize? I'm fucking wandering off in the caves with you. Some woman I just met.
I mean...
Sorry, I'm cutting up at myself. It's mainly the dog's fault. So, I've got nothing better to do. I have no particular plans other than riding around with the donkey. Been feeling a little bored. We could go find out
We should go find my dad.
about the book.
Yes. And my dad.
Your dad seems interesting.
He can do magic stuff, I know that much. At least I'm assuming it's magic stuff, because he's, like, talked to me before. He's given me some, like, weird, cryptic crystal boxes with the keys that hurt if I use it. Like, mentally hurt, doesn't, like, make me bleed.
Father of the Year. Oh Well,
That's not as much as I've ever met him. But he sounds like he's involved in a lot of stuff.
sounds like somebody I don't want to talk to. Sounds like a lot of trouble.
I mean, it's not trouble.
You're
You're
a
not
lot of trouble.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Right.
The Master Dwarf. We've known each other for, I don't know, like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we've gotten into any trouble since knowing each other.
Define trouble. I mean, we went off gallivanting into the wilderness to slay dogmen. For other dogmen, no less.
What else were we gonna do?
Oh, I was gonna drink booze and eat food. However, money is a little light. And if there's money to be had with a good short adventure, then why not? Right?
Right, and learning things is...
Sure. For you. Maybe. I'm okay with not learning about those people, but...
Do you ever just want to know things? Just know things to know them?
I find the more that I know, the less I like. So I'd rather just not know. Little mystery is a great spice.
Yeah, it's always a bigger mystery. I always think I figure stuff out, and then it's just like a small little pebble. And it turns into this bigger thing and bigger thing and bigger thing. And then people start talking about being other people, and it starts getting really weird, because I don't understand all that magic stuff.
Okay. Well, if there's more of what we got from today, I'm in. I'll go. As long as it's beneficial for both parties, I will stay.
Well, I mean, we've made some money.
Right. Mutual benefactor, As long as we're both getting something that we need, I don't see why we can't travel together. And I can help you find this dad you've never found. What a great hide and seek game. He must be the champion. How many years has he been in the league? He finds you. You don't find him, right?
Well, I only knew of his existence like 2 years ago.
Oh, see? That's the mark of a great hide and seek champion.
And since then, we met like 3 times. Telepathically.
No, I'm done with you. You hurt me. You scratched me. I'm done. Good job. It's a great castle. I like it. You should have one more tower. No?
So now I guess we just wait for our feast that hopefully we are not part of the course.
Like I said, I think we would eat them before they ate us, if I had my way.
I feel like there's more of them than us, so they have a pretty good upper hand on the situation. Plus, they can speak a language that we don't speak, so they can talk to each other.
I mean, I can do that too.
I cannot. I speak common.
What?
All right. So you guys, kind of it's dark outside now, and you're pretty tired. Been through it. You gain back 2 hit points because you've had 2 nights of rest. So And then you both fall asleep to the sounds of the quiet moaning and occasional yip yip. But sleep comes to you, and then in the morning you gain another hit point back if you're missing any.
Oh, I am. I will take my extra hit point.
And you are, there is a knocking, if you will, on the side of the hut. And it is Tarnar, and he motions for you all to follow him.
I follow him.
So you guys follow him, and he takes you to the left, just at the edge of the kennel, and there you see a square hut instead of round, and it's actually got a wooden door, and it's got a bunch of skeletons and dead birds hanging everywhere, and they're woven into the wattle and daub of the building, and the roof has grass growing on it, and you see several of these weird birds that are kind of hanging around there, and you see Unklug come out, and Unklug says, "I have prayed long and hard about you all. Would you like to hear what I have learned?"
Yeah.
I wish to tell you this now before the feast tonight, because after what I tell you, you may wish to use that opportunity to slip off and leave while everyone is making merriment.
Yeah.
I sensed something odd coming from where you slept last night. And though I did not know what it was, it caused me to roll the bones and seek the future. And what I saw was a great sailing vessel. And I saw a village that was to be not destroyed, but the people taken by raiders from distant lands. And then I saw those who some might call heroes from this land attempt to find out what happened to those people. And I saw a giant, but somehow the giant was missing something, and it was searching for it. And the heroes were searching as well for those that were taken by the raiders. And I also felt a very strong connection between one of those heroes and you, and he points to Aluna.
Was it an elf?
It was.
It's my dad. She said it just like that too.
I saw them going south, getting aboard a sailing vessel, and going to the Island of Giants. If you wish to find more or learn more about these heroes and what it is they seek and what it has to do with the giants, and quite possibly find this elf, if it is indeed your father, you should go that way. And to accomplish this task, I know that Chief Gaboy was going to give unto you 3 of our most prolific hunters and warriors as your personal protection, as reward for successfully finding the reason for the traitorous gnolls that did not want us to maintain the boundaries. And we think it has to do with the mystery of the missing townsfolk. And he says, last but not least, I feel like there is a tie between you and the town. It might have been because that's where you are from.
Oh! Oh, I know that town name. I know that town name. Oh, what's that town name?
Oh, what is it? You're the keeper of records.
No.
In my divination, the town was mostly humble, but there was one larger building, and for some reason in this building, the symbol of the sailing ship is inside the building. And I also saw that there were 2...
Harvey?
No, there were
Okay.
there were 2 girls whose faces I did not recognize, but for some reason they seemed very important to the both of you more recently. Yes. As if the same reason that the group of heroes went, that reason also pulled you into this journey.
Oh,
The one guy's daughters.
you're being
One
manipulated.
was tall and thin. The other one was
the
shorter.
guy who I'm staying with. I wrote them down. I wrote it down.
Did you, or do you think you just wrote it?
No, I wrote it down.
I'll give you that freebie. That's not enough.
Tab.
No.
Okay.
I didn't. I don't write things down.
Tabitha and Chandri.
Yes, absolutely.
Durant doesn't write things down. I don't write things down. If he doesn't remember, he doesn't remember.
So we need to go back to Notnev to find.
I feel like this is the town that Cobb never wanted to visit. It was not and never. Not
It's actually just Fenton backwards.
No. Okay, not Neff. Okay.
But I like the way it sounded, so.
Yeah, not Neff back. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to go back to Notnev. Wait, so my dad's gonna be there? The group's gonna be there?
They have already taken the ship to the giant islands.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 3 of the gnoll champions that the chief is going to send with you. We have other gnolls along the trails to the south, all the way to the port city of Tila. They will be able to guide you there and accompany you on your journey if you will have them.
Yeah. Yes.
This is for you to accept humbly at the feast tonight. So you must act as though you are surprised and grateful. Otherwise the chief may become angry at having his generosity seen as mundane.
We will be we are very grateful. We will be very grateful.
Tarnar will not be going with you, however. He is not strong enough for what I think is to come.
I don't know.
I have recommended against him, even though he wanted to go.
Oh.
And
no, Mr. Little Scamp.
And our 3 of our champions, they are all female.
Okay.
So, and then he says, this is what I have learned. Do with that what you will. I wish you good luck, and I will see you tonight at the feast. And he turns and goes back into his square hut.
Okay.
To which Tarnar, like, he can see he's like looking down. He seems a little dejected.
No.
I'll slip up some of my personal meat rations that I have. It's really good.
Whenever you, he grabs it, and then when he eats it, he's like,
yeah.
making loud chomping down sounds, and then he's like, he either was really hungry or was really good, one or the other.
Right. Either or, it's okay.
It's like my fucking cat goes crazy when it hears a can of cat food being opened by. It's like that, except with the gnoll.
Right.
All right, so.
That's what Peanut does when I get out the Cheez-Its.
What would you guys like to do now?
I guess wait till we get the gift and then head out.
Is there anything either of you would like to do before tonight's feast?
No, actually.
And you just kind of hang out at your hut and watch the world go by, and you see that a lot of gnolls carrying things towards where the ceremonial fire pit is, and they
just watch them do their thing.
Yeah, and they set it up, and then as the day goes on, you start to see a lot of cooking fires, and gnolls are cooking things, and you see the men now. Now it's become very obvious, where before it didn't quite kick in, that it was the men that were the lesser dominant of the genders, because now you notice that the men are the male of the species are the ones that are doing the traditional human feminine roles in medieval times. So the cooking and the carrying water and spinning, all kinds of things. And then the feast happens, and it's not like a feast like you were hoping. It's just and then they're all eating and laughing, and a lot of sniffing and a lot of pairing off, and lady gnolls grabbing male gnolls and going and cobbing out and coming back, and then occasionally the ladies would get in fights, and then they would set up a ring, and the females would and they'd fight it out, and then the only question is, do any of them kill any of their rivals? And with a 10, no, nobody actually dies. And then one of the females picks Aluna and comes over and tries to grab you and pull you out into the circle. You resist?
I'm not strong like,
Do you resist?
No, it's fine, I'll go.
Okay.
I'm wily.
So, the gnolls, they don't, she's not wearing armor because this is all supposed to be a feast and fun. But apparently she's baring her teeth and pawn and all the other ones all around. So like a bunch of Xenas all hopping it up all at once. And she just goes to try to, and basically what it is it's brawling. So what would you like to do?
I'm going to try to jump out of the way.
So you're going to parry? Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't even roll initiative because that starts off right at the top. So she hits an armor class of 2. Half of your level, you would add 5 to your armor class. So what's your armor class? Unarmored, but with dex. I can pull that up for you here.
So my natural armor class is 10.
Okay, so you don't have a dex bonus.
No. Aluna has really bad stats. Minus her charisma now.
Okay, so she needed hit an armor class of 6. She hit an armor class of 2. So you take, this is all subdual.
Okay.
So basically, you'll get, once the fight is over, you'll get a point back every minute.
Get out of there, dog.
One quarter of this damage is actually permanent, so, or not permanent, but it's considered real damage. So I don't know what your current hit point total is, but you take a whopping 1 point.
Now.
Okay, and they're all like, yeah, as it kind of came in and hip checked you. And then after you like go stumbling off, it's like a weird hyena laugh. Okay, and then do you want to keep going? And if so, what would you like to do?
I'm not wily. So
you can try to just punch. You can try to punch her.
Yeah, I'll try to punch her.
All right.
I'm gonna try to like get out of here, dog.
That's racist. Don't call a gnoll a dog. Oh.
Peanut. I want to try and
dog-like.
Yeah, I'll try to punch her, but I want to like try and like jump and get behind her to punch her.
Well, that's difficult because she knows you're there. So
yes,
most likely she's just going to turn. So unless you have some way of
I can jump.
Getting behind her.
I have a jumping proficiency.
And
I'm super agile. No, I guess I'm just gonna try to punch her.
All right, so roll initiative. Roll a d10. Beat a 5.
I got 4.
All right, you go first. Roll and attack.
Okay, I'm not proficient, so.
That's okay. Yeah.
So my would be melee?
Yes, that's correct. Use your melee THAC0 on the left of your sheet.
And it's my roll minus melee, or my roll minus THAC0, right?
THAC0 minus your dice roll.
Oh, so armor class is 6.
You need to hit an armor class of 10. That's a hit. So you roll a d2 and you would add your strength bonus if you had one, and I don't think you do.
No.
So you're going to do either 1 or 2 points.
2 points.
Okay, so you come back with a fist. Connects. And she's like, yeah! And then she comes back and she's going to try to nip at your leg. And she rolls and hits an armor class of 7. That is a hit because your armor class is 10, correct?
Yes.
So yeah, so you're both hitting, trying to hit armor class 10. Fun. 2 points.
Oof.
And then you go. We'll just go back and forth. That's fine.
Okay. So I roll to hit. Oh. It's an armor class of...
Back on minus your dice roll.
Yeah, it's armor class of 14. So
Okay,
no.
that's a miss. Bjorn, you jump in if there's anything that you either want me to specifically know or you want to do something. Otherwise, you're just watching, I assume?
Right.
Okay.
I'm watching the entertainment for the pre-dinner. I'm aware of what's happening right here.
Actually, the dinner's on. Everyone's just kind of grabbing stuff, so you
Grabbing
can...
food? Oh,
yeah.
I'm eating and I'm watching
Yeah,
the show.
sure. You got a big hunk of deer meat right there. It's been cooked, not great because these are gnolls, but there you go.
Is there is there open fire here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's where I'm hanging out with my deer leg, and I'll just cook it while I eat it.
All right. She rolls a 2 and hits an armor class of 17. That's a miss. Your turn.
Oh, -1.
That's a hit. Roll that, guys.
2.
All right. She hits an armor class of 2. That's a hit. You take 1 point.
Okay.
Your turn.
Armor class of 2.
That's a hit. Roll that, guys.
1.
All right. You guys are in there just kind of slapping and punching and kicking and bumping into all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, her turn. That's a good one. She actually hits an armor class of 0 for 1 point.
Okay.
Your turn.
Armor class of 1.
That's a hit. Roll Dinkus. With each hit, the gnolls. But when the she gnoll hits, they all 2 points. Okay. She's starting to look a little. She's starting to look a little wore down. You're working on her now. Okay, her turn. That hits an armor class of 15. That's a miss. Your turn.
Yes, keep missing. Armor class of 10.
That's barely a hit. Roll Dinkus.
1 point.
Ooh.
Tink.
Armor class of 11. That's a miss. Your turn.
Armor class of 3.
That's a hit.
Hit. And she takes 2 points.
Oh my. Okay.
Can I win?
She's looking around. She's considering her options. She rolls over on her belly. You win.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of the gnolls, and some of them are like going, like seem a little mad. And then one of the males comes over and like sniffs her, and she's like snaps at him. And she gets up and kind of strolls off. And then everyone turns their attention back to more food and looking for somebody to bang. And that kind of goes on for a while, and then the Unclub gets your attention, and he motions for the two of you to come with him.
I follow.
And you are taken in front of the chief, and the chief lets out a large and things kind of start to quiet down, and then he does it again, and then it all gets quiet. And he stands up off of his wicker throne and says, out comes these 3 big gnolls with these like whip type things hanging off their sides, and kind of like a little bit longer manes, and you can tell they're obviously bigger than. It's like, where the fuck have these guys been? And
sleeping.
He points to you guys, and they walk forward and stand in front of you, and they pretty much, they're way taller than the dwarf, obviously, but then they are like considered large. They appear to be between 7 and 8 feet tall.
Some big boys.
And Aluna's kind of short, if I remember correctly, so they even dwarf her. No pun.
Big old lady.
No pun intended. What do you do as everything is kind of quiet now?
I just keep eating my deer leg. This is really good. I'm like just cooking it.
Unklug kind of motions for one of you to say something.
I nudge her forward.
Hi. I go up and just say like, hi, here. Thank you. Don't know what to do.
Unklug kind of walks up and gets behind you and says, go up. Sit down.
I go up.
Sit down in front of the chief and bow your head.
I go up and I sit down and I bow my head.
You feel something touch your head and you hear and then it moves away, and it's like it bent down and was sniffing you, and then stands back up and goes, yeah, 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 and all the gnolls go, yeah, 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 and then they go back to partying, and then the 3 gnolls, the 3 lady gnolls there, she gnolls, Unklug says, though they may not speak your language, they understand it.
Tookie. Okay.
Their names are Feyre, Dota,
Easy.
and Laresh. She says, you have done all that is required. Gather your things and go. They will be sleeping well into the next day.
Thank you so much for your hospitality.
Unklug does a weird little bow that just looks weird because it's a gnoll. And,
right.
And then you guys turn and go gather your things, and the 3 she gnolls follow. And then you go off in the darkness. And where do you go?
We follow the gnolls to the south.
The gnolls wait once you reach outside of the kennel, and they stop and they turn and look as if awaiting something.
Oh, we need to head to the port city of Tila.
One of them nods, Dota, and they take off and they start to move. And at first, you guys are like running, and they seem to just keep running. And then it seems like they're going to leave you behind. Do you do anything to stop them from leaving you leaving you behind?
Hold on. We're
Okay.
not this fast.
All right. So they adjust their speed, and now they are. There's one in front, one behind, and one that's kind of next to Aluna.
I can't keep up with these people. They're way too tall.
Well, that's what I said. They've adjusted their speed now to keep up, and so
Right.
instead of running now, you guys settle into a walk, and then you eventually.
Yeah, put your glasses up.
You realize that you probably don't want to walk all night, so you make camp. And do you tell them anything when you make camp?
They can keep watching. We can sleep.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay. So what you learn over the next several days of travel is that they need a little bit less sleep than you, but they still need it. But what's nice is they're able to sleep whenever you take a break during the daytime, and it seems like they're able to get enough sleep, and then they tend to go to sleep as you guys are making camp, and then they wake back up whenever you guys turn in. So it's kind of a odd thing to get used to, but you get used to it. And you realize if they don't sleep and take naps during the day, then they become fatigued eventually. So you have to realize that that's the way their life works, is they don't just stay up all day and then sleep all night. They kind of are up and down, and they sleep whenever they get a chance, or their tasks are completed. And what you should do is, Aluna, you should add Dota, Feyre, and Laresh as henchmen.
Ooh. Okay.
Henchmen.
Yeah.
Those are some big henchmen.
They are.
And then you are eventually, after several days, I would like Bjorn to roll a d12. Nope, check that. A d20. And tell me what you get. I can't hear you, brother.
Oh, he's
Sorry,
trying
what
to.
was
Roll a d20.
that? Okay.
Tell me what you get.
7.
And another one.
And another one. 16.
And another one.
And another 2.
And another one.
Ooh. 5.
And another one.
Did they kind of crit fail?
You roll a 1?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so after 6 days of travel, now I need both of you to make charisma checks, please.
Is that a 20 or a 30?
That's a d20 and add your charisma. Give me your total.
Okay. Me one.
That is a success.
Hey.
31.
Oh, that is a very good success. Okay. You pass through a couple different places of note. One is you pass through a little gnome village, and it's
Gnome.
very quaint, and you learned that a group of individuals helped one of their citizens out of a jam when he was caught under a fallen tree, and they cooked for them and gave them some supplies, and they went on their way, and they sound oddly familiar, like possibly some people that you were told about.
Ooh, okay.
And then second of all, you pass through a field that looks like it was a cornfield that had no business being out in the middle of nowhere, but all of the corn stalks are like cut, like it's all been harvested. And like there's a trail that goes in odd ways through the field, as if it was like a maze at one point, but all the corn's been cut down. And you can either choose to like follow the trail through the maze, but you can see where you're going, and you can just, so the gnolls just kind of walk through the field, not regarding the maze trails, but you guys notice them, and it's like, huh, that's weird. What the fuck was this all about? And then finally you make it to the city of Tila, and you ask around. You find out that the giant islands are to the south. No one is willing to take you there until a certain man who hears that says, why would you be wanting to go to the giant islands? There's nothing there but pain and death. This man is a very handsome looking man wearing nice clothes. He's got a nice hat sitting on the table, and he's armed like most people. He's got a short sword, dagger. He's got these nice boots, and I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Why would you want to go to the Gargantos Islands? And you tell him?
We're looking for some adventurers that seem to be heading that way.
He says it wouldn't happen to be a druid and a half ogre priest and a noble elf, would it?
It would be.
Well, I don't know. I might have information regarding that. Who are you?
My name is Aluna of Greyhawk. I'm Aluna.
And who are you?
This is Master Dwarf Bjorn.
Bjorn. Well,
Pleasure.
I am Don Quixote.
Wait. Sir? Don Quixote?
Formerly, yes.
Have you heard of Caesar?
He gets this odd look on his face, and he says, I have, but I wouldn't mention that too loud.
Why? I whispered. Why?
The group that you are seeking, they went to see Caesar, at least that's what the ogress Phymez said.
That's who? I'll mark you off on my list.
Apparently Phymez was the mother of the half-ogre priestess of the blend.
Oh, I'll mark that that off my list too.
If you seek to go to the Gargantos Islands, I can take you there, but
we can pay.
I don't have a crew anymore. They were killed by the Acaramans whenever Faimez came to my home.
Oh no.
Do you have, how much money do you have?
How much does it cost?
Well, none who are smart would willingly ferry you to the Gargantos Islands. I, however, have a reason to go. I would like revenge on the Acaramans for the slaying of my friends and my followers. I know a ship's captain that might do it, but he's a real asshole.
Well, I think we can handle assholes. I've dealt with some rude people before.
He's gonna want a lot of money.
Well, how much is a lot of money?
Probably 50 golden coins apiece.
Okay.
He goes, what? You have that much?
Half now, half when we get there.
I see. Something tells me you've done this before. He says, his name is Hood. Let me set up a meeting. Can you stay here?
Yep.
Okay, so he leaves. After he leaves, do you guys do anything while you wait? Other than you can get something to eat here and relax. It's kind of like a seaside inn.
Is there any markings on the walls anywhere, like
Of this
the
inn?
side of a stone building?
I mean, there's all kinds of identifying marks for all kinds of things. You're in a city, so there's businesses and, street signs and markets
underground
and...
markings that Aluna would recognize.
Oh, okay. Yes, there are.
Then she's gonna look around, or like look at the symbols.
They're your typical ones. On some buildings, it's got the symbol for they pay up, leave them alone. That's what most of them have. You don't find very many that don't have. This city apparently has a very well run, or should I say well respected guild, if you will. One that seems to be in good working order, not like the fuck ton of a mess that you left all those years ago.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's just what Aluna would be doing.
Okay.
Just kind of
Bjorn,
peeking around.
anything odd from you, or no?
So, you just drop 50 gold to
not yet.
to get us to a place?
It's fine. And it's going to be 100 gold, but we're only dropping 50 now. And that's after I meet this Hood character.
Man, I've been sitting in the wrong circles.
And just at that, Don Quixote walks in with this guy. I mean, straight out of fucking Jeffco, man. Long, greasy hair, scruffy beard. Johnny Depp, but rode hard and put away wet and ugly with scars on his face and arms and a barrel chest with the shirt hanging open and the gut and the whole thing. And he's like, them here? Yeah. He walks over and he pulls up a chair, sits down, and Don Quixote kind of pulls up the chair next to him, but not nearly as loudly or as aggressive. And he says, Don told me you need a ride. Is that true?
It is.
And he kind of looks you up and down and he says, I'm willing to give you a ride for free, honey. Now your friend here, he might have to pay a little extra. What do you say to that? You want the discount? You want to pay full price?
I'll pay full price. Thank you for your offer.
He looks at Don and then looks back and goes, well, I had to try anyway. So, which island you want to go to? You want to go to Helios's island? You want to go to Infante's island? Or do you want to take a chance on one of the more dangerous islands? He says, I heard through the grapevine that, and when I say grapevine, I mean my pal Don here. You're looking for a group that went through a little while ago. About, I don't know, 2 weeks maybe?
Yeah.
Well,
wanna go to what island they went to?
Well, they would have started at Helios, and then they would keep going from there, from what I understand. I've had some long talks with some Acaraman sailors. And they talk about how they gotta always go to one island and then the next. And when they try to skip, it really upsets some of the giants, so they don't skip anymore. So, you tell me, you want to visit Helios, or do you want to go to Infante's?
What island do you think that group would be on by now?
They're probably dead. I have no idea. I don't suppose you know anybody that can cast magic, locate people, do an augury.
No. Wait. Maybe. Maybe. Not here.
Well, that don't do us no good, honey, now does it? He says, why don't you just flip a coin? At least that way I can see if you're serious. Before we negotiate any further, let's see some coin of the realm.
Luna would go into one of her little side pockets of her backpack and not pulling the whole coin bag out, but like count in her hand with her hand in the pocket. Her half of it, so 50 gold.
Alright, looks legit.
Like I told him, 50 now, 50 when we get there.
Can't say as we get a lot of Greyhawk coins this far west, but that's alright. It still spins, it still weighs up, and then he picks one up and bites into it just to check it. Yeah, it's good. Well, for another 50 gold, maybe I ask. That way I don't waste your time. Nothing comes for free.
Fine.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Luna would
put it on the
dig
table.
around in her pocket and dig around in her little bag again. I have to find a pencil. And pull out 50 more gold. Well, that's an unsharpened pencil. That doesn't help me.
Okay. He stands up and he reaches into his pouch and he pulls out what appear to be these little sticks with little strings attached to them, and then these little pieces of linen that are kind of like rolled up into these kind of like long, thin rolls, but they kind of are the same length as the sticks and the sticks have strings in between them. And he takes his hand and he shakes it out like that.
And a drill.
And you see that it looks like a sail being unfurled. And he says, "Great God of the sea, I beseech ye, which island shall we go, or should I say no?" And then he puts his hand on the gold, and you see he slowly pulls the gold towards him, and his eyes sort of flash, and a dark shape appears over him just for a second. And then he says, "They are on their way. They have passed the first island. So we must go see the big baby." I'm ready to leave when you are.
We're ready to go.
Well then, get your shit and follow me. And he stands up and you hear the coins that you gave him jingle. And then he's like,
"Oh boy.
You better have the rest of them when we get to the big baby."
Don't you worry. I have your coin.
And so you guys pack up and follow him and Don Quixote out, and you walk over to this ship that could only be described as the hunkiest, junkiest, mid-sized vessel, but it's floating, and it's called the Sea Sledge.
It would be called the Sea Sledge.
And he says, "This ship's taken me back and forth many times. Even those giants know where to get certain things, and I'm the guy that they have get them for them. So I don't give a fuck where you stole your gear. I don't give a fuck where you sleep. Just stay out of my quarters. And whatever you do at night, don't come up above deck. Stay below. Are we clear?"
We're clear.
Are we?
Crystal.
Very good. Then come on aboard. And the gangplank extends, and you see a bunch of dudes up there, and they appear to be sailors, and he's like, "Get the ship ready to sail, bosun. We leave within the hour." "Aye, Captain." And as you look up, you see what could only be described as a beautiful day ahead and a breeze blowing. And as one of the sails is unfurled, it catches, and he deftly maneuvers the ship at an odd angle, and the wind catches, and even though the wind is blowing in from the ocean towards the land, somehow he manages to make the ship turn and head out to sea. And now my question would be, do you follow the captain's instructions or do you do anything else?
I would follow his instructions.
Bjorn, anything from you?
I'm gonna go with he probably follows the instructions.
Yeah. I'm with what he said. I'm about it.
Okay.
Someone warns you not to do something, you don't do it.
All right. So after a week and either eating the ship's terrible rations, which are moldy and rotten, or eating some of your own rations and using up pretty much the rest of the food that you brought, which do you pick? Do you pick the shitty ship food, or do you eat your own food that you know where it's been?
I'll eat my food.
I'll eat the ship food.
Bjorn, I need you to make a constitution check, please.
I can do that. It's like...
Oh, he's too far. He's letting the dog out, I think. He disconnected. I imagine a dwarf has a pretty good constitution. They're hardy little folk.
You'd think.
I'm on the way.
And actually, don't do a constitution check. This is, I need you to save versus poison.
Yeah.
Because I think a dwarf has a bonus to save versus poison.
I believe I do.
And you need, you only need a 7. So I need you to make the first night, make me a poison save on a d20. You want to meet it or beat it?
Poisons. I meet it or read it. All right.
So a 7 or higher.
On a 20?
Yep.
13.
Okay. Next night, do you eat the ship's food or do you eat your rations?
I eat the ship's food.
Make a save versus poison.
17.
Third night, you eat the ship's food or your own rations?
I'm going to keep eating the ship's food.
All right.
Until he gets sick.
Until it makes me sick.
Save versus a poison, please.
I rolled a 17 again.
All right. Fourth night, save versus poison.
Ooh, I rolled an 8. Oh, it's close.
Fifth night, roll a save.
Jesus.
Oh, there's a 6.
Oh no! You get food poisoning. Okay. I need you to make another save, and we'll see how bad it is.
Right. Another 20.
Yes.
16.
Okay. You are basically bedridden for the rest of the journey.
Jesus.
You got the kind of food. You got the kind of food poisoning where it gives you double gunyon.
Listen, Bjorn, that's why I didn't eat the food.
Listen. You gotta be open to try new things.
Okay, and then finally, you're up on the top deck, and you're told land ho, and to get onto the island. The island is interesting looking because you can see that it's not the biggest island in the world. It's like half a mile across, and it's mostly covered with forests, but right out of the middle there juts this spire of stone, and it doesn't look like it belongs there, but there it is. And you get in one of the smaller boats, and Don Quixote starts rowing, and he rows you guys to the shore, and that is where we will stop tonight's game, and we will pick up with that tomorrow.
Well,
Unless you have something you need to do or say before we stop.
Just that I would pay the guy once we got to shore.
Okay, sure. He thanks you, and he says, I can remain out here, but these are dangerous waters. The Akaramans know me, but that doesn't mean they won't board and look around. Normally they know not to mess with me. I've paid them off, but that doesn't mean they won't. And it's very highly unusual for someone to want to come here, so they might be expecting trouble or something. So
you don't have to stay.
he looks actually relieved, and he's like, thank you. And he rows the boat back, leaving you and Don, Quixote, and Bjorn there on the beach. The beach is made up of larger rock. It's not sandy. It's like a bunch of rocks are making up this beach. And there is a trail that leads up into the forest, and the spire looms like 100 feet in the air above the tops of the trees. And other than that, you see flora and fauna, and that's it.
All right.
Trouble everywhere.
You have all of your things with you, and you're ready for danger.
Yep.
All right. The fun part is as you start walking into the forest, you hear screeches and sounds like someone is in distress in the heart of the island. Do you flee? What do you do once you hear the sounds?
Go towards it.
Oh boy. Alright, we'll have to stop there.
I just heard Skylar laughing from the other room as soon as I said that.
Well, this is what I will say. As you get there... Oh, and the three gnolls are with you as well.
Okay.
You come through the forest, and you see...
Is it Grump?
It is not. Let me switch the camera here real quick.
Dang old dog.
Yeah, she was making a nest.
Okay. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, so you guys are down here. Here's Bjorn, there's Aluna, and then here's your three gnoll henchmen. Okay. This right here is a ramp that from the ground it starts going up like this towards the spire. The spire is like over here, and this ends up going around to the back of the spire, like way up here. So this is all like forest, and you come into a clearing. And so above the top of the ramp, as it goes up this way, you see a giant, you see a guy there that you don't recognize. You see someone falling slowly in the air. You see the top of someone's head over here, and then you really don't see these people because this is... You see that you can like look over and you see there's something going on here. And then to your right over here, you see a bunch of vines holding three giant crabs in place. They're stuck. And you see what appear to be, well, you would be able to see there's three large black birds that aren't out here yet, but they're here and they appear to be messing around with these people in here. And that's what you come across, and that's what you see. So let me do this because I think it might help. There. And then we take this, and I'm just going to take a picture of, and you can kind of see, that might help you visualize it a little bit. So if you check your messenger, but that is what you stumble into.
Oh joy.
And I guess I should get a figure for
everywhere.
A figure for Don Quixote, and there he is.
I can't find you.
Oh wow. Oh man. What did we just get ourselves into?
Yeah, the giant looks pissed. And like I said, this guy's going down very slow. And then as you look, Aluna, you can tell that this is an elf wearing dark armor and has a cloak on him.
Can I see his face at all? Or am I too far away?
Yeah, you can see his face, but that might be the Maestro.
Because I've met him.
And then,
holographically.
so that's a good place to stop.
Oh man.
So hopefully you guys get a good night's sleep and have a pleasant morning, and then
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll wake up early, go to the store, and clean off my table so everyone has room. Set up the cameras.
Yep. We have, Olivia has a soccer game as long as it doesn't get rained out.
Yeah, it might.
Yep.
All right. Any parting thoughts before we go?
Gotten myself into a mess of trouble.
You sure have.
Oh, mess of trouble.
What are you gonna say? Olivia Ninja's going to soccer. Apparently our daughter wanted me to tell you that.
Very good. I like it.
Olivia Ninja.
Yep.
All right.
Olivia Ninja.
All right.
Yep.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for an awesome night. I'm excited.
And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Internet. Thank you.